Phoenix Splash TV. Another First Impressions? That's right, welcome to the second edition of First Impressions. Last time we went Japanese, today we'll go to Britain with one of the most important bands from there, the SMITHS. This recommendation was brought up by fellow YouTuber Andy Ace, who has some pretty cool content of his own. Check him out if you have the time. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description below. Now, who are the SMITHS? Well, they were an 80s band lasting from 1982 to 1987. You got Morrissey on vocals, Andy Rourke on bass, Johnny Marr on guitar, and Mike Joyce on the drums. They've actually won many awards. They've been called not one of the most important, but the most important indie British band for alternative rock. Morrissey and Marr are credited with being the primary composers, so it's mainly a vocalist and guitar player writing the music, much like with Led Zeppelin. Now, I'll be honest, when I was younger, I didn't like any music from the 80s too much. It wasn't until I got older that I started appreciating some of it more. But even now, I actually like music from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and even 90s more so than the 80s. So, will I like the SMITHS? Let's find out. I went on the internet and the forums and found that these 5 songs are considered to be their best ones, so my first impressions will be primarily based on these 5 songs. Let's start with the first one. How Soon Is Now? Now, this was the first song that I've heard from the SMITHS, and immediately I was taken back to the 80s. Even though I wasn't born in the 80s, there's a distinct style that those recordings had. The use of the reverb on the drums is what really sells it. It's why some people only like 80s music and why some people only hate 80s music. It has a very distinct sound. But what do I think about this song? Right away, you discover the band's strong point, the lyrics. If you were to listen to nothing but pop music and then pop this song in, your mind would be blown. Like, just pause this video and read this line. Now that's some fucked up stuff. Definitely not positive sunshine and flowers in this. All those stupid songs about what goes down in clubs. This right here, that's what actually goes down in clubs. I honestly could make a video analyzing the lyrics of this song, but for now, let's move on to the next tune. Please, please, please let me get what I want. Now for an acoustic song by them. Now, what I like about this song is how real the lyrics are. Even though they're simple, they still have a lot of soul and meaning behind them. And again, much like the last song, it's not a happy song. It's a song about a problem. You know, it's a bit refreshing hearing this lyrical style. Now, unlike most songs on this list, this song in particular has a variety of harmonic progressions. And what I mean by that is that the chords change quite frequently. Now, one beef people have about this song is the ending, and I have to totally disagree. The unresolved ending that this song has is perfect and ultimately adds to the whole meaning of the song. People also say it's too short. Well, just put it on repeat and it fixes that problem. Out of all of them, this song stood out the most to me in sound. Maybe because it's the only one that's an acoustic song on the list, but I like it a lot. This Charming Man. Now let's see something live. I saw a live performance for This Charming Man. Personally, I like the song and I think it's one of my favorites out of the bunch. The guitar riff is what most people seem to like about it, and it is a good guitar riff, but my favorite thing about the song is actually the bass line. In this song in particular, I think the instrumentation actually matched the level of lyric writing. Overall, it was a very solid song, but let's get to the live stage presence. Now, I personally don't have any beef with anything they're doing on stage, but a hater might say that other than the main singer, the other members don't really move around too much. If I had to be nitpicky, that's what I would say. Some people might hate his yelps, but I think they add more personality to the live performance. He also rolls his R's live, much like Shin or Ringo does. Pretty neat. Big Mouth strikes again. Another live performance suffers the same quote issues that the other song faced. But you know what? The lead singer is pretty fun to watch, so I take it back. It wouldn't be a problem for me. There was also no yelps in this one, probably because the song had an exploding personality all in its own. Now this song does stand out from the others because it's the only one out of the bunch that's catchy. The lyrics are once again really well written, and there was even a little drum break that I enjoyed in this particular live performance. The instrumentation to this one was done really well too. Overall, it's a great song, and I can understand why it's considered one of their best. If you're new to this band, I would recommend to listen to this one first and see if you like it. There's a Light That Never Goes Out. This one is considered their best one. For this song, I actually watched a music video and was very pleased by it. Many times, music videos distract the listener from the music, but this one was just a little background to the music. I got lost in the music without even thinking about the video. But what about the song? Well, lyrically, without me comparing and contrasting, I enjoyed this one the most in terms of lyrics. Now, this song is probably the most darkest one of the bunch, lyrically. I mean, look at some of this stuff, and some people might think, oh, music should be positive all the time, and to that I say bullshit. I like to compare music to a person. It can cry, laugh, and get angry. Music has the power to challenge all emotions. Just like movies. If you like sad movies, you might like a sad song that's telling a sad story. It's not meant to bring you down, it's meant to be beautiful, and that's probably the best word I could use to describe this song. Now, what do I think about them overall? Like I said before, you might notice that these songs aren't catchy. Does that mean they're bad? No. In fact, it puts a smile on my face because I always preach that good music doesn't always have to be catchy, and then about 1 million people tell me I'm wrong. There is an understandable critique that the music has though. Some people say that the harmonic structure is a bit too simple, and I agree, it is a little simple. With the exception of Please 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 Let Me Get What I Want, the songs were pretty basic when it came to harmonic progressions. Did they do that so that people could focus on the lyrics? Maybe. I personally don't have a problem with simple song structure. Some people actually dislike complicated song structures, so it all comes down to taste. Overall, it's a pretty good act. If you're looking for some new music, definitely check them out. Something about the Smiths is just refreshing when compared to music today, or even other 80s music. Thank you, Andy Ace, for introducing me to this awesome band. As for my favorite song out of the bunch, I really don't know. I can't put my finger on it. How Soon Is Now is probably my least favorite of the bunch, while the rest of them kind of tie. Overall, I give this first impression a 4 out of 5, which is pretty damn good. And overall, they remind me of one of my favorite bands actually, called Z.I. Kill, or Jekyll, whatever you want to pronounce it. Because of that, I really enjoyed what I was hearing. So, have you heard of the Smiths, or are you willing to give them a chance? Are there better songs than what I chose that represents the band better? Leave it in the comments below. If you have suggestions for another band or musical act you'd like me to talk about, leave that in the comments below too. This is Game Analyzer, signing off.